ॐ जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः. Sri Ramakrishna, he is in Pānihāti, and we see him singing, dancing in ecstasy and all that, and he has come back, and Thakur is perhaps now leaving. Before that, they have taken the refreshments, and Master is talking to Navadvip, conversation with Navadvip. Master, Bhakti matured becomes Bhava. In the last class we saw the difference between the Bhakti and Bhava. Bhakti is where I retain all my existence and conscious of it, and I have separated it from all engagements, myself. I am overlooking all things, and with one concentration and dedication, I am loving God and serving Him in all possible ways. I dedicate myself, I devote myself to God. Now, wherever I see it is not only the image in a temple or anything. It can be anywhere in any form. I can see Him in nature and try to love this nature and take care of it. I can see in a child and see the Lord in him and start bringing up that child wholeheartedly as the Lord of the universe. And I can see anywhere, in any way, I can see in poor people God being there as those poor people, those who are suffering in the hospitals here, there. I can see the Rogi Narayana, Goddess, there in that form and experiencing that. And it's my duty to serve. When God has assumed that form and taken up, it is an opportunity He has given me to serve Him in that way. So wherever He sees divine, wherever He sees God, He dedicates Himself in serving. So He retains the duality. Not only that, He is fully conscious of Himself, and every way His mind is working in serving. His heart is constantly remembering Him in its various aspects and glories of His existence. The all-pervading part of His immanent aspect of having become the universe. Various ways He is looking at God and enjoying, and in various ways He is trying to worship, offer His body and mind to the service of the Lord. Now all this happening when He starts forgetting His own bodily existence and feels the intense presence of God. And it is in this level of existence where whole universe around, everything becomes like a painted screen. Everything, the world is moving about, but it has become like because of His intensity of feeling the presence of God. He has forgotten the world, and everything, His eyes open, His all senses are working, mind is working, intellect is working. The heart has caught the Devata or the Ishta Devata or the Lord in His own way. The devotee has his own way of having a relationship with. In and through that he is looking at that God, and in that he has lost himself. This is Bhava. The whole world is there like a painted screen, where everything. You know that painted screen, a tiger's image will not harm anything or draw attention. In houses, so many pictures and so many scenes will be there. we don't bother. Nor does it draw the attention. Sometimes when I look at it, I may enjoy. But here, a whole thing, the whole world becomes a still, standstill background for His Lord's intense presence. This is called bhava. But when He enters into a higher level of consciousness, higher level of consciousness means this world disappears totally. Like I enter into a different level of consciousness when I enter into dream state. This world disappears. In bhava, this world remains as a standstill background and presence of God. This is bhava. Bhava coming down, you are in bhakti. Bhava, bhakti go alternately. But because of the intensity, this world itself disappears and you are raised yourself to a higher level of consciousness where you are seeing God. It is samadhi. God can talk to you, you can call to you, running about. The body, your body is still, but you get another day, just like you get a dream body in dream, you get a prema sharira, love body in samadhi, where you interact with God intimately and directly, which is more real, which is more clear than the waking state we have. What is the difference between dream world and waking world? Same difference between the waking world and the spiritual world in which we see God. So that becomes samadhi. If you see the form, it is savikalpa. If the form dissolves, it is nirvikalpa. So these are samadhis, are different levels of consciousness. Bhava, bhakti happen in the same level of consciousness as our waking state, but oblivious of the external world. I exist oblivious. Even as bhakta, he is totally devoted there. He is attending, he is able to perceive the external world. In bhava, he is not able to perceive any movements or action in the external world. So this is the bhakti matures into bhava. Next is mahabhava. Then the prema, and the last is the all is attainment of God. When we enter into mahabhava, Sri Ramakrishna used to, and this mahabhava is a person, ordinary jivas, can attain God, realize God, be one with God, but cannot attain this mahabhava. Mahabhava is a state in which the world, the whole universe, and this is relative existence, the whole universe. The universe has three layers of existence, the gross, subtle and causal, pervading each other. Just like I have the waking state, dreaming state, deep sleep state, I have the gross body, subtle body, causal body, and I pervade all the three when I come to waking state. Now I am pervading the subtle body also, the mind and senses and other things. I am pervading this physical body also. I am pervading the causal body also. All things are there. I belong to the beyond and pervade all this. Like that at the cosmic level, there is gross, subtle and causal level. The whole universe, the Virat, Hiranyagarbha, the Ishvara, the three layers of existence are there, pervading each other. When I am awake, they are pervading each other. The gross is pervaded by subtle, subtle is pervaded by the causal, and all the three are just like light is passing through the glass. Now the space is passing through every object. Each is interpenetrating and interwoven. So that is the universe existence. The whole universe appears and disappears in the absolute. Now, when I am in waking state, I cannot experience my dream state, though it is going on. I cannot experience the deep sleep when I am in waking state, though it is going on. And I enter the dream state, I am changing my level of consciousness. I enter the dream state, this world disappears from my awareness, consciousness. The dream state, this world is there, my body is still there. It is sleeping. My waking state is continuing with body sleeping. But I don't know. I don't even know I have a body, nor of this world. It is there. But now, suppose, can I experience the two together, waking and dreaming, standing at the threshold of the two? This is something like Bhava-mukha with respect to the cosmic existence. The whole universe, if a person is able to perceive all the three layers, Jagra, Swapna, Sushupti, all layers of this whole universe, the entire universe as it is, I am able to perceive. I am able to perceive every jiva. I know every history of every jiva, his past, present and future. I am the Lord of the universe pervading it. And I am able to see the transcendental also. Then it is called Bhava-mukha. Now, I am standing, leaning over the absolute existence and looking at the whole universe as the Lord of universe. Then it is called Bhava-mukha. I am fully aware of on what I am leaning over, the absolute existence, the Satchidananda Sagara. I am in the Satchidananda Sagara, leaning on the Satchidananda Sagara and looking at the whole universe. This is Bhava-mukha. And when I turn towards the absolute and lean over the whole universe as the all-pervading consciousness, the Lord of the universe, I am called Shiva, that is Shiva Sthiti, where his whole universe is at his back, is leaning over it and looking at the unchanging, eternal ocean of bliss, peace, love, absolute. He is there. This is Shiva Sthiti. The other is Vishnu Sthiti, Bhava-mukha, Bhava-mukha, Abhava-mukha. This world is not there. Bhava-mukha, to understand we must know what is Abhava-mukha. Shiva is Abhava-mukha. Bhava is behind him. Bhava is different. Bhava is different. Bhava, this universe is called Bhava. So, I am leaning over the Bhava and looking at the Absolute, I am Shiva. I am leaning over the Absolute and looking at this Bhava, I am said to be in Bhava-mukha. Bhava-mukha. I am able to understand every jiva. I am able to understand everything, but I am leaning on the Absolute and looking at it. So I am the Lord of the universe. I am pervading everything. At the same time, I stand apart from it as the being one with the Absolute and look at this universe, a play going on eternally, appearance and disappearance. Then it is called Bhava-mukha. So this Mahabhava is that state where the person is able to perceive the Absolute and relative together. Nobody else other than the Lord of the universe can experience it. Even the great souls like Shankaracharya and all, they cannot experience this Mahabhava. They realize God. It is just like I am not able to see by any means the waking and dreaming together. I want to enter into dream state and be aware of my body lying down in the waking state also. No, I can't. I come to the threshold also, I can't. I cannot experience the two at a time. So it is like that. I am experiencing these two at a time. So either I slip on the other waking state or slip in the dream state. I enter into sleep and see the dream, or I have to either, it is like standing on a needle. I can fall on any side. So that is Mahabhava. Mahabhava, nobody else other than God. Sri Ramakrishna enters into Mahabhava. And Bhavamukha is also exclusively meant for the avatars. So it is not there in our normal course with Sri Ramakrishna's advent. We come to know about the Bhavamukha, which Divine Mother asked him to be in Bhavamukha. So here we see that's why Sri Ramakrishna says, Amar Anubhavgulo Ved Vedant Chadiye Geche. My experience have crossed all the limits of the Vedas, in which almost all explanations and all ways of experiencing God is already there. So that is next is Mahabhava and then Prema. Prema and last attainment of God. Mahabhava itself, and with the ordinary jivas do enter a state of similar to Prema, bypassing the Mahabhava. In Prema, I am dissolving in God. Just like a river is merging in God. Now, it is like before merging, I am able to see my whole existence and the ocean also, and where I am also. The whole universe I am able to perceive. I am able to perceive myself as river and the whole ocean also. And one reality pervading the two, absolute and the relative. So it is something like that. And here, Prema, the ordinary jivas bypass this Mahabhava state and experience. The moment they enter into Prema, they start losing themselves. It is where I am no more, I am dissolving. It is like a salt doll entering into the ocean, I start dissolving. And I attain. Last is attainment of God. God can be attained in various ways, in whatever way, as a transcendental reality, as the immanent reality, as the Lord of the universe, as the indweller Antaryamin, or as the Avatara. You can realize God in any way. And all this amounts to realization. Here we see Prema and attainment of God in the end. Gauranga experienced the states of Mahabhava and Prema. This is one of the sure signs of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or the Gauranga, whom generally called as Gauranga, experiencing these two makes him. We will be able to understand there is the incarnation of God. What are the signs of incarnation of God? One of the signs is this: they are able to enter into Mahabhava with ordinary souls, even realized souls cannot enter. When Prema is awakened, a devotee completely forgets the world. Himself, everything he forgets, is dissolving. He also forgets his body, which is so dear to man. Gauranga experienced Prema because he is dissolving in the God now. He jumped into the ocean thinking it to be Jamuna. The ordinary jiva does not experience Mahabhava or Prema. He realizes God, but he doesn't experience these states. He goes as far as Bhava. But Gauranga experienced all the three states. Is not that so? Navadvip. Yes, sir, that is true. The inmost state, the semi-conscious state, and the conscious state, Master. In the inmost state, he would remain in samadhi. That is, totally he has withdrawn from all the three bodies pertaining to the counterpart of the universe. He is beyond the universe. He is beyond the bodily existence. He is dwelling in the transcendental. Gauranga experienced. The ordinary jivas cannot experience. Navadvipa is telling, yes sir, that is true. In the inmost state, the semi-conscious state and the conscious state, Master is telling, in the inmost state, he would remain in samadhi. He has entered into the transcendental realm. Both saguna and sakara. In saguna, I am in the space of consciousness. Chidakasha. Chidakasha is absolute splitting in the individual. Like port, the ocean entering the land and making it a port or a harbor. There I can have the saguna sakara. I can see God with form. And in the absolute, when I go behind it into the ocean, I get lost. Nirguna nirakara. He would, whether it is saguna sakara or nirguna nirakara, both are samadhi, because you are entered into the transcendental realm. We have two transcendental realms, as if one is penetrating into our existence and giving the saguna sakara experience, and other expanding into the absolute, like ocean, in which I experience the nirguna nirakara. Both are samadhi, both are transcendental realm. Whether I see it in the space, the spiritual space within me or beyond me. Both are samadhi. Samadhi is where I transcend the relative and enter into I transcend the physical existence, that is relative existence, and enter the transcendental existence. Is samadhi. Master, in the inmost state you would remain in samadhi. Consciousness of the unconscious of the external world. In the semi-conscious state, he would only dance. In the conscious state, he chanted the name of God, Kirtana, Sankirtana. He remained in samadhi, still experience the form or experiencing the absolute, the ocean of bliss, peace, love, absolute, or be seeing the form. And when he comes down to the normal consciousness, but he is not yet fully come to the waking consciousness. He has left that but not reached here. He is on the threshold. At that time he would dance in ecstasy. In the conscious state, he chanted the name of God. The bliss, the Ananda Sagara, after experiencing, when coming down, it is beyond one's limit to hold it. Now, just like we laugh, some incident, we laugh. How that laugh, where from it that laugh comes? You see a particular incident, someone slips and falls or something like that. We laugh. Or some incident somebody tells, we start laughing. The joy or something fun that I am experiencing, I am trying to put out. It becomes a laugh. Like that, the joy that is brought down from there, he is not able to contain. He has to get dissolved in it. He is trying to contain it, he starts dancing in ecstasy. Even excessive joy makes you to dance. And then, when he comes to normal consciousness, his whole existence, his mind, senses, body, whatever his aspects of existence is there, they are dipped in the transcendental and brought out. It cannot see anything but the divine. Everywhere, every object is seeing divine. Everything is seeing divine. Except divine is, because his senses can see only divine now. The world which he was seeing earlier had disappeared forever, never to appear again, because the vasana samskaras which were interpreting God as this world have died away. That software is gone forever. Now he can see only divine. And he is praising them. He is praising everything. So this is the Sankirtan or the Kirtan state. He chanted the name of God. Now they introduced his son to the master. The young man was student of the scriptures. He saluted Sri Ramakrishna. Now he studies the scriptures at home. Previously, one hardly saw a copy of the Vedas in this country. Max Muller has translated them, so people can now read these books. How it is expanding, you see. In those days of Sri Ramakrishna, 1800, towards the end of 1800, now you see, even then we see the scriptures were very difficult to be reached. After Vivekananda's coming, Thakur's coming, the scriptures have become a very common thing in India. In those days, it was very difficult to get even the Bhagavad Gita, which is so important and popular. To get a Bhagavad Gita, somebody has to tell or dictate and somebody has to write down. There were writers from whom we used to get return, pay them a little, and they would write and give us whole Bhagavad Gita. And in those days, you see, some Westerner, Max Muller, has translated so many things of our literature into English, and these people who are coming up with the English knowledge and understanding, they are able to grasp and hold on to these things. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.